Welcome back. Right now, fire crews in Southern California, they're still trying to gain control of several deadly wildfires, and their job may even get more challenging as new powerful winds could cause explosive growth. Just last night, a new brush fire erupted in Ventura County, prompting evacuations there, of course. And at this hour, the two largest fires you see on the screen next to me, the Palisades Fire and the Eaton fires, they remain mostly uncontained. Crews have the Hearst Fire almost completely contained. Joining us now for more on everything happening in Southern California is CBS News correspondent Charlie DeMar. Charlie, first give us the update on what conditions feel like where you are right now.
And Errol, good morning. The National Weather Service has issued a PDS, or a particularly dangerous situation alert, that just went into effect here at 4 a.m. local time. That will last until about noon tomorrow. And the reason for that is, again, because of those high winds, dry conditions, and there's just no rain in sight. This is the same alert that was in effect last week when those fires began. Again, we're not expecting the same speeds of those winds, but definitely a lot of concerns as those winds do pick up. And for firefighters, if the fires do reignite, there is some concern that those airplanes, those helicopters that have been so instrumental in getting a handle on the spread of this fire, that they wouldn't be able to get in the air.
Remember last week, as those winds prevented the helicopters and planes getting into the sky, which really let the blazes explode. How prepared are officials now for these strong winds?
And again, that is the concern with the high winds, that those planes would be grounded. But this time around, there are about 15,000 firefighters in place here. That is a dramatically higher number than we were looking at just last week. So because of that, firefighters believe that they are in good shape. When these winds have been lower these last few days, there's been a lot of preventative work laying down that red retardant to try and create a barrier to prevent the spread of the fire, and also cutting down vegetation. We've seen that over the last couple of days to not give any more fuel to these intense flames, Errol.
In our last few seconds, Charlie, just psychologically, how are people doing? Every day I discover a new connection, a friend who has lost a home. I'm just wondering, from what you've seen, how people are holding up.
As you can imagine, this is devastating. I mean, look what this has done to people's homes. Many of them haven't even had the opportunity to see it for themselves. They've just seen it on TV, on social media. But we also have seen just a sense of community here, neighbor helping neighbor. That has been really beautiful to see, the outpouring of support, even from people who've lost their own homes. They're stepping up in this desperate time of need.
All right, Charlie, thank you for that reporting. Sources tell CBS News President-elect Trump is considering a visit to fire-ravaged Los Angeles after his inauguration January 20th. One source says the trip could come as soon as next week. The president-elect has previously cast blame on state leaders over the response to the wildfires and called for California Governor Gavin Newsom to resign. Meanwhile, a lawsuit has been filed against power company Southern California Edison over its alleged role in the Eaton fire. Now, this suit, filed by attorneys representing those affected by the Altadena fire, alleges it began because of SoCal's failure to de-energize overhead wires despite red flag wind warnings from the National Weather Service. In a statement, the utility company says it understood that a lawsuit related to the Eaton fire had been filed, but has not yet been served with the complaint. In an incident report to the State Public Utilities Commission, SoCal Edison disputed the claim its equipment started the fire.